Hello. I figured I haven't really given an update of what the heck I'm doing down here in a very long time, since day 2, if I recall. So I thought it would be nice to let everybody know how it's going, what I'm doing. Turn down my music. So, I've been down here a little over a month. Super excited. Still love my job. For those of you that don't know, I'm a seater at Liberty Tree Tavern. So let's just talk about that for a second. Liberty Tree Tavern is a full-service food and beverage option at Disney World, located in Liberty Square at Magic Kingdom. And yeah, I really like my job. So my technical role name is a seater, but that entails so much than just seating tables. So there's a couple different roles that I fulfill on any given night. We do rotations, so I get to do a lot of them. So I really like that because I'm not doing the same thing my entire shift. So let's start outside. Your most basic, or I'm not sorry, most basic, like the simplest, I think. It's probably simplest, and I love it the most because I like to talk to people and I'm a people person, is outside greeter. So what you do is you stand out there, you stand at the door and you tell people if we're taking walk-ins or if we're reservation only. And then you have menus in your hand. So in case we aren't taking walk-ins and we are reservation only, you have a couple menus of the restaurants near you that are taking walk-ins or quick service, so you can help guests that way. A lot of that position is answering questions about where things are in the parks. Where's the restroom hall down past Blue Building to the left in the breezeway? How do I get here? Where can I find a turkey leg? Like it's a lot of guests passing by and saying, "Oh, hey, how do I get here?" Or, "Hey, am I going in the right direction?" So I don't really mind it. I like it, especially when there's a parade going by. It's probably the best one to have. But that's outdoor greeter. I really like that position. Moving inside, the next one would probably be podium. I like that one as well. So all that is standing at the computer, using the computer system and checking in guests that have reservations or checking in walk-ins, taking their name. That's pretty much it. When you give them your name, take down your information. That one's pretty simple too. I like that one. The next one is seater. So seater is what it sounds like. You just call the names with the menu. You can take the menu, just show the family to their tables. For those of you that don't know, Liberty Tree Tavern is a colonial, Liberty Square entirely, the land that Liberty Tree Tavern is in Magic Kingdom. It's colonial 1700s, when we first came to America type deal. It's super cute. I like it. So it's located between Frontierland and Adventureland and Fantasyland, if you kind of look at it like that. What was I talking about? Oh, the restaurant itself. So I'm going somewhere with this with theater. Bear with me. I'm rambling because I don't have a list today. I'm sorry. So there's different dining rooms. There's like 6 different dining rooms you could have. There's like the Betsy Ross room, the Paul Revere room, the Benjamin Franklin room, the Thomas Jefferson room, the George and Martha Washington room, and the John Paul Jones room. So what you do is, as a seater, back to seater is what we were originally talking about. So what you do as a seater, when you take your menus and your family, and you're like right this way, and you take them there, you show them to their table, excuse me, and you tell them something about the dining room. Oh, this evening you'll be dining in our John Paul Jones dining room, First Lieutenant of the U.S. Navy. Or, it's kind of fun to ask young pirates and princesses, oh, well, what do you know about Betsy Ross? Do you know anything about her? Well, let me tell you about her. It's fun. It's part of that immersive experience that Disney's always providing for guests, I guess you could say. So you use themed language like, oh, have a great evening, Patriots. Thank you for dining with us. Stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. So that's what Cedar does. Cedar's guests, a lot of guest interaction, depending on how busy we are. If they've waited a long time, there's a lot of eye rolling and, oh my gosh, I don't care where I'm eating, just get me to my table. There's a lot of that too. So then the next role is setter, not SEAT, SETT, setter. And what they do is you bus the table I guess you could say. So when a family gets up, you take a tray, you set it down on the table, and you put everything that's on the table, the glasses and the napkins and everything, the plates, you put it on the tray, and you're not supposed to lift it, because that is not in our job description. That's a safety thing, and it's also a legal thing I've heard that you're not supposed to, because if you get hurt, you weren't supposed to be lifting it anyway. That's the server's job because they're a tipped roll and Cedars are not. There's some ambiguity there, so I don't really know though. Different leaders have different opinions, but you're not supposed to lift the tray. So what you do is you put all the dirty stuff on the tray, and then a server will come by and lift it off the table, and then you wipe off the table and set it for the next family. That one's pretty simple. It's monotonous, but like I said, they rotate you a lot, so it's not like you're doing the same thing all night. Then the next role would be stalker, and what they do is they stock the side stations with forks and knives and napkins and plates for the setters. That one is my least favorite, because there's like, once you get everything stocked, there's not a whole lot to do. So then I usually setters don't have a whole lot of time to sweep, so I like try to help out and sweep under tables and help set tables and just kind of do whatever's needed. So that's what that is. So that's what I do at Liberty Tree Tavern. CP's college program. Whenever I say CP, I'm talking about college program. You're guaranteed 30 hours a week. So I think next week I'm scheduled for 42 actually. But they work a lot. You work a lot. A lot of people joke and say CP doesn't stand for college program. It stands for closing personnel, which is very true because you work long, late hours, which is totally fine. I'm also taking 16 credit hours this semester through Wesleyan online. That's actually going really well. I was kind of freaking out because I didn't think I was doing too hot. In one of my classes, like my really big class I need to graduate, and I'm apparently doing really well. My professor emailed me all my assignments that I had done so far with like notes on them, and I'm doing really well, and I was really excited about that. So yay me. I'm trying to think of anything else. I know I haven't talked a whole lot about anything. If I had to do it all over again, I think I'd bring my car. If I had a car that would make it down here, I would bring my car. Just for the simple fact that like I would definitely take the bus to work and stuff because that's way easier that way. But for leisure, like when I want to go to Walmart, or if I'm coming home at 10 o'clock and I really want chicken wings, I can go to B-Dubs without like having to bother a roommate or, yeah. There is a bus that goes to Walmart, but it's really difficult, I would imagine, I haven't done it yet, to like carry a lot of groceries on a bus. So I haven't really tried that out. I usually just wait for a roommate that says they're going to Walmart and kind of hop in their car. But yeah, if you plan on coming down to do the program, I would definitely bring a car. I just made my other video, so I don't really know what I need to talk about in this one. I made a video. Also, if you haven't watched it yet, go watch my video on what not to ask a Disney cast member. That's fun. Disney also, I'm learning so much. I took a class. There's a couple classes like you have to take depending on your role. So I had to take what's called a Podium Excellence class for the podium role that I just described to you. They teach you the like the basics of the software they use on the computer, which they waited until I was here for a month to put that class on my schedule. Probably would have been a lot better, a lot easier if they would have given me that class sooner, because I basically knew everything they talked about because just from like experience and doing it. But the Podium Excellence class, like it's not just about the software. We spent the first hour of the class talking about first impressions, and I was like, that's really interesting. They brought up a lot of points that like I hadn't really thought about. They talked about like, how to communicate with the guests. And as a public relations major, like I thought that class was really interesting, other than, the whole like teaching how to use the software stuff. So Disney trains their employees really well. There's also a 4 keys class you have to take. There are 4 keys that Disney employees must follow to make a good employee. So you have to take a 4 keys class. You learn about that. And Disney puts so much emphasis on guest service and providing the best service possible to our guests. And so, like, we did this exercise where the instructor gave us a situation. I was like, okay, what is an average way, or no, what's a poor way to react to this situation? And then the step up was that, from that was, okay, what's an average way to react to this situation? And then the next step up was, what's the Disney way to react to the situation, which was really interesting. From a PR perspective, like, I know I'm in food and beverage and I'm not like in guest relations or vacation planning or anything, but like I'm still learning so much that I can use in PR. I'd like to own a bakery someday. I decided that a long time ago, but I don't really talk about it a whole lot. Like, I do want to own a bakery someday, and I think working in this restaurant business is like showing me a lot, like, of what goes on behind the scenes and like how everything's a well-oiled machine. Like, I've worked in restaurants before, but like, it's Disney. They don't do half but anything. Like, everything is perfect. And just to see the way that they like make up for, like, if there's a mistake somewhere along the lines, like, how Disney like will go above and beyond to fix that issue or whatever. Unrelated to food and beverage, in my 4 Keys class I was telling you guys about, my instructor was telling us there was a situation one time when this family checked in to a resort, and not even Disney, not like the Disney shuttle, not even like the Disney people who like bring your luggage to your room, like the airline itself completely lost their luggage. So they're like trying to find it, and they're like, well, we got to go do this, this, and this. We've lost a day of vacation, blah, blah, blah. So the front desk of their resort, when they got there, they're like, well, hold on, let us work something out. So they gave him a taxi voucher. They gave him a gift card with money on it. Said, go buy yourself some clothes. Go buy some of the basic necessities, whatever you need that was in your bags. Go buy whatever you need. It's on us. And then come back and start what you came here to do. Go start going to the parks and having fun. So I just thought that was really incredible. Like, that wasn't even Disney's mistake. Like, the airline lost their luggage, and they're like, we'll get your luggage to your room as soon as the airline finds it. But in the meantime, go get what you need, and it's completely on us. Like, what other company in the world does that? Like, I'm learning so much about why Disney is the number one entertainment company in the world, and why they've stayed the number one entertainment company in the world for so long. It's crazy to see how much effort goes into things, and like, how many magical moments. I was talking about that the other day. Like, magical moments are like what they sound like, magical moments, like little things that happen. Like, some of them are planned, some of them are not. Like, for an example, like the other day I created a magical moment for a guest because she came. Are you okay? My roommate's falling apart at the seams. I created a magical moment because I was outside greeting her, and I was like, oh, thank you, Patriots, have a great evening. And I saw she had a birthday button on. We'll talk about buttons here in a second. She had it's my birthday button on, and I was like, oh, happy birthday. And she was just kind of looked at me, and I was like, maybe I wasn't supposed to tell her happy birthday. And she's like, nobody in there saying happy birthday to me. I'm really disappointed about that. And I was like, no. I was like, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I was like, wait right here. Let me see if I can fix it. She's like, no, it's okay. I really want to go on this ride, and I don't even know how long the wait is. And I was like, just give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back. So I go inside, and I talk to my leader, and I do what I need to do. And I came outside. I had all the other seaters and a couple servers come out, and we rang this bell in Liberty Square, like outside in Liberty Square for everybody to hear. We rang the bell, and, it was like, hear ye, good sons and daughters of liberty. On this day in February, we have occasion to celebrate this young woman's birthday. Please clap and sing along. So we clapped and sang to her outside after she had finished her dining experience, and we sang happy birthday to her. We gave her a Liberty Tree Tavern mug. It's like a metal mug. It's really nice. It says "Have Liberty Tree Tavern" on it, and then inside of it we put a no strings attached. And what that is it's basically a written fast pass for however many people are in the party with your last name on it, and it's good for 7 days. You can use it once in any of the 4 parks. So I got her the fast pass because I know she only had one fast pass and she wanted to go on the other ride. So we got her the fast pass, a mug, and she got sang to. And so that was a magical moment for her that we created. Of course, it wasn't just me, but like all my leaders and like other seeders and stuff like helped out with it. So yeah, magical moments is something we talked about in my 4 Keys class. The instructor said, "How many of you came as a guest to Disney before actually coming here as a college program person?" And I was like, "Oh, I raised my hand." And he said, "Okay, and of you, how many of you remember a cast member creating a magical moment for you and your family?" And I raised my hand again. And he said, "Okay, you guys can put your heads down." He's like, "Just think, you could be a part of that, like a family 10 years from now. They might not remember your name, but they'll remember, hey, remember that one time that cast member did this for us at Disney?" And that just like gave me chills to think like wow, like I could create memories like that for people. The one I was thinking about was, I mean, it's a little bit cooler than singing happy birthday, but a few years back when I came here with my family, we went to Festival of Lion King at Animal Kingdom, and my little brother and little sister got pulled up at the end to like with the instruments and to like dance and sing with all the characters from the Lion King show. And like that was a magical moment for them, because like how cool is that to get pulled into the stage to do that. And so that was a magical moment for them that like we won't, as a family, we'll never forget. And just to think that like years from now someone could look back and maybe it was just a simple happy birthday, or something simple that I did or said, or something big that I did or said to a guest, that they could be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that one time that cast member did this for us." Like I don't know, it was just really cool that I get to be a part of that. Yeah, I actually made this video once before, and I had my blue earbuds in, and for whatever reason, I think there's a short in them. They weren't working right, so I recorded a 30-minute video, and none of it, like the audio went through, and I was like, so I made this video before, I just don't remember what I said in it. I don't know. Where are you going, Steph? My roommate's going somewhere. Where are you going? Walmart. Okay, she's going to Walmart. CP Life. A lot of people have asked about pay. LOL. It depends on your role. It depends on where you get placed. Like I'm in full service food and beverage at Liberty Tree, and I make $9.50 an hour. You get paid every week on Thursday. That's what we joke around and say. That's what EPCOT stands for, instead of, what does it really stand for? Like Experimental Community Prototype Community of Tomorrow. That's what EPCOT really stands for. But we all joke around and say that every paycheck comes on Thursdays. So, yeah, every paycheck comes on Thursday. And every week they take out a certain amount for, like, it's like your rent, your utilities, garbage, like everything. So it's like just one amount that they take out automatically, so you don't have to worry about it. Again, each situation's different. So it depends on where you live. Like I live in Chatham Square, and it also depends on how many roommates you have. And I have 7 roommates, so 8 people total that live in one apartment. So they take out $106 every week out of my paycheck. So at the end of the day, it depends on how many hours you work. If you're giving all your shifts away, you're probably going to have enough to make rent and nothing more. But like if you're willing to work all of your hours and even pick up a couple shifts, like you'll be fine. So and plus, like I said, it just depends on, there's some under the sink. Sorry. It just depends on your role, because different roles get paid different amounts, hourly wages. So the pay's not that bad. I'm not starving. I'm okay, Mom. The best part about this whole thing is I don't know, there's so many good things. I just thought about what's the best part about all this. I don't know. I think what I talked about a little bit ago about getting to be a part of this company that creates so many amazing memories for families and stuff. Like I think that's probably one of the best parts. I actually talked to a gentleman yesterday. He was a photographer for Giovanni. He was a fashion photographer for Giovanni, And he came into the restaurant to eat, and he said, I actually did the college program a while back, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, he wasn't old by any means, but he wasn't a spring chicken anymore. So he did the college program, and, sorry, I'm getting comfortable. And I was picking his brain, because now, obviously, he has a successful career as a fashion photographer for Giovanni. Like, obviously, things are going well for him. So I asked him, I said, how has working for Disney, just like having that on your resume, like, has that impacted like your higher ability? I forget what I said. I sounded way more intelligent than I do right now. I said, has that helped your resume any? Like, has it made that significant of a change? And he's like, absolutely. He said, if people see that on your resume, they know, you're willing to work hard. They know you've been trained by the best. They know you work as a team member. Like, it just looks really good. So I don't regret coming here at all. Yeah. So that was, because it was one of those days yesterday. It was one of those days that was just going on, and I'm like, why am I here? And because everybody has those days of work, whether you work for Disney or whether you work for a fast food chain, or whether you're whatever, like, you have those days when you're just like, oh my gosh, is my day over? Like, why am I even doing this? And this guy, he was like, no, it's worth it. And I'm like, oh, okay. That reinstilled a little bit of magic in my day. It's kind of like with any type of job where you're working with the public, is you're going to have days when you get yelled at repeatedly, especially when people are hungry. I know how I get when I get hungry. It happens. But you just got to learn to smile and keep going. Also, if you plan on coming to Disney soon, I don't know when they're taking it out, and you go to Epcot, you need to do Imagination with Figment, because they're taking that out. I learned that the other day. They're taking a couple things out, but that's the most important one, because Figment, is one of my favorite rides. And it's awesome. And if you've never done Figment, you need to do that in Epcot. Excuse me. I don't know what's wrong with me. You need to do that before they take it out. So, just a little tidbit there. There is a new attraction coming. It's a show. It's called Rivers of Light at Animal Kingdom, Disney's Animal Kingdom, DAC. And I think it's coming this month, April. What month is it? It's March. Yeah, next month. And it's, if you've seen Fantasmic, the way it's been described to me in like the videos I've seen and like the pictures, it's going to be a lot like Fantasmic, but with animals at Animal Kingdom. It's going to be very like about being one with nature and like having an appreciation for the earth around you. But it's going to be just like Fantasmic, with like the water screens and what have you. I don't know anything else, but I'm really excited about it. So I'm really excited that I get to be here when that opens. Prices are going up, and so like tickets, resorts, like everything is going up. And so like I'm really fortunate that I get to be here, because like as a guest to come in, like it's expensive. So like the fact that I get to be here, I like go to the parks on my days off like as much as I want, like that's crazy. That's awesome. So I'm definitely taking advantage of that. Like I said, I got here February 1st and it's March 13th. I've just about had my fill with Magic Kingdom. I love it there. It's one of the best parks, but like when you go there so much and you've done I seriously think I've done every ride at Magic Kingdom, every attraction, every show, like I've done everything, pretty sure. And it's still wonderful. I still like to go. I just need to like move on to a different park to get sick of. And I think that I'm doing it right. Like I think you need to like, if you're doing the program for 4 months, like you need to like take one park at a month and like just go through and do everything. And that way you've done everything. I think that's a good idea. So, I'm about done with Magic Kingdom because I've gone there so much. Like I said, I just made a video about what not to ask a Disney cast member. I don't know if I'm done with this video yet or not. I'm still just kind of talking. If there's anything you want to hear about or have any questions about the program or Disney in general, feel free to like leave a comment or email me, or if you have my phone number, text me. Also, a little tidbit. On my days off, whenever I do fun things on my days off, I'm really bad about taking pictures on my actual camera. I Snapchat a lot of things. I put it all on my story. So if you haven't added me on Snapchat, add me on Snapchat. My name is CSaub, just like my name, Kristen Saab, CSaub, 13 altogether. I can't spell. CSAAB 13. That's my Snapchat handle. So I put a lot of stuff on there on my days off. I met John Stamos. Not really, but I did. Because a lot of famous people come to Disney World. Duh. And they're here all the time. And there's people in the college program, they're like, oh, we need to track them. Like, what park are they at now? We need to go follow. Like, no. Poor dude. He's just, like, trying to enjoy vacation. So what happened was I was outside greeter at Liberty Tree. And when there's a wait, but we're still kind of slow, that makes no sense at all. Just go with me here. When you're slow, but there's still a wait, we have ring toss we play out front with the guests, and it's super fun if you're outdoor greeter. Like, you just kind of hang out, play, make sure they're not getting too antsy about their table. And so we were playing ring toss. I was playing ring toss with a couple little princesses, and this group of people was around. They like gathered and was watching and stuff, and so I just kind of addressed the entire group. And I knew John Stamos was in the park that day, so I just kind of addressed the group as a whole, and I was like, how's everybody doing today? Is everybody enjoying their vacation? Blah, blah, blah. And I got one of these from him. He was like, and I happened to like catch eye contact with him. I was like, oh my gosh. And he was like, and I was like, ah! He acknowledged me. Yeah. That was my short run-in with John Stamos. Who else was in the park? Future was in the park. One of the Jenner sisters. Kylie, I think it was Kylie. I don't really know. One of the Jenner sisters was here the other day. I'm waiting for Neil Patrick Harris. I won't freak out about any other celebrity but Neil Patrick Harris. Like, love him. And like, just from like following him on Instagram throughout as long as I've had an Instagram, like, he goes to Disney World all the time, but he has not been here since I've been here. I'm like, get here. I need to stalk you. Because he's my favorite person ever. Yeah, so, yeah. I'm just waiting on them. I know I just said it's rude how people bombard celebrities, but, like, he's just the one person. He's the exception. Him and Demi Lovato. Those are the two. So, if y'all want to come to Disney World, come see me. I just had a birthday. That's random. I just turned 21. That was really awesome. My boyfriend came down, and we went to... He had never been here before. That's another thing. Oh, okay. He had never been here before, and I don't know. It was more fun for me, like, just watching him, like, take everything in. Like, it was awesome. Like, I got to be his tour guide, and, like, this sounds really cocky, kind of, but whatever. Like, he was lucky to, like, have me, because, like, if you come to Disney World and you've never been here before, and you don't know what to expect, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to plan a fast pass, you don't know, like, there are some attractions, like, yeah, you can do them if you want. If not, you're not missing out on a whole lot. Like, you don't really know that if you've never been here before. But, like, I think he was kind of lucky to, like, have me, like, okay, I've been here a month, like, and I've been here before my program. So, like, I knew, like, okay, you need to do this, 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 and this. So that was really fun. And that's my favorite thing. Like, during parades when I'm outside greeter at Liberty Tree, like, it's fun. Like, I've seen those parades a million times. I love them. They're beautiful. But, like, my favorite is to just watch the crowd and just, like, watch their eyes light up and be like, oh my gosh, how's that a thing? Like, and then Fantasmic at Hollywood Studios, I've seen it like 6 times since I've been here. It's the best show ever, and I will never get sick of it. So I went there the other night, and I just sat and I just watched, because there was, like, I think there was some type of, I don't know, there's always, like, school groups coming through to Disney World, but there were a lot of, like, I saw a lot of, like, middle school orchestra shirts and a lot of, like, high school band shirts. I don't know if there was something going on somewhere, but, like, there were all these groups sitting in the crowd for Fantasmic, and, like, as the show was going on, like, because of course I've seen it so many times, like, it's the same thing every time, but it's still amazing. But, like, I just look over and, like, just watch, like, their faces light up, and at the end when Mickey's on top of the mountain and then he comes down real quick, like, I just love to watch other people's faces and just like watch them take in. And I even got this is embarrassing, but whatever. Like I got teary eyed just watching it all because like I get to be. Granted, I don't get to be like a character performer or anything exciting like that. I'm not, a parade dancer in Festival of Fantasy, but I still get to be a part of that magical experience these people are getting, like, are having. And I'm like, this is so cool that I get to be a part of this. And I'm like just a seater at Liberty Tree Tavern. I'm like, I'm nothing significant, but there's little things, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Yeah. Um, I love it here. I miss home a little bit. Um, I do, of course. I'm not like I'd be really heartless if I didn't miss anybody back home. Of course, I miss everyone back home, but like I'm really enjoying it here. The one thing I miss, and this sounds so weird, I was talking to my big last night, and I was telling her, I'm like, this is weird, but like, I miss being hugged. Like I haven't been hugged. Like, sorry, that sounds really ridiculous when I say it out loud, but like back home, like you get a hug from someone every day. If you think about it, like you hug someone every day, and then like here, like it's like I don't get hugged. It's I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe I just need to meet a character every day so I get hugged every day or something. I don't know. I don't know. I just miss that. But I'm really liking it here. Um, if you come, okay, this is gonna be more geared towards like if you want to do the program. A couple things. If you want to do the program, do it your freshman sophomore year of college. Like you have to have one semester done, so you can come spring semester of your freshman year if you want. But I would recommend doing it like while you're still taking gen eds, because most of my classes aren't gen eds anymore, and so like real classes that I actually have to do well in, and so that kind of puts a little bit more stress on me. Or just get so ahead that you can take a semester off. Like me, I couldn't do that because one, I'm not ahead enough. Like I'm on track to graduate on time, but I'm not like ahead. And also like I would lose scholarships if I took a semester off. So I don't know what I mean, it just depends on your individual situation, but come as early as you can while you're still taking gen eds. That's my only like big piece of advice. Also, don't plan unless you get some gig where you get paid a ton of money. Um, excuse me. Don't plan on coming down here and making a ton of money. Come down here planning on making enough for rent and enough to live off of, and that's that. Like, don't plan on be like, oh, I'm just gonna bank all my money, because that's what I came down here thinking. Like, oh, I'm just gonna like save all my money. You don't make that much, at least in my role. Um, but you can't put a price on this experience. Like, that's awesome. There's a lot of people who don't. It's not what they expected it to be, and so they don't really like it. And they're like, oh well, I can get an internship anywhere. No, like I said, talking to that guy who was a fashion photographer for Giovanni, like when people see this on your resume, like it sets you apart so more than any other internship. Like of course you can get an internship anywhere, of course you can, but the fact that you worked for Disney World and that you know how to be a professional, and that's enough right there. So I don't think I would, even if like I didn't like my job, which I do like my job. Even if I didn't, like I don't think I would self-term, or which that means like self-terminate, like go home early. I don't think I would do that even if I didn't like my job, just for the simple fact of the experience. And of course not everybody is like, what I'm learning is not everybody who came down here to do the program isn't as big of like a Disney nerd as my roommate and I are. Like, so it's different for everyone. And honestly, like I've heard this before I came down here. I watched other people's videos. It's what you make it. Like it really is. Like if you want this to be fun and educational and you want to network while you're down here, like if you want to do that, that's what you're going to do. If you, I met people who come down here just because it's Orlando. They've never been away from home. They just want to party. Like, I'm not really about that. Like, I've met a lot of people like that, and they're like pretty open about it. Like, oh yeah, I'm going here. Like, I tell them like, listen, you can party anywhere, but you can't work for Disney anywhere. You can't work for a Fortune 500 company every day of your life. Like that's just not you just don't get hired, especially as a young 20 something. Like, so it's what you make of it. If you, yeah. Your program is what you make of it. But I'm doing really well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to share with the class. I don't think there's anything else I have right now. So like I said earlier, if you have any questions or anything you want me to talk about, because sometimes I just run out of things to talk about like I just did. Awkward. Let me know. Put them in the, I'll make video and talk about, try to answer your questions the best I can. So yeah, just let me know. Thanks guys. Have a magical day.